Andrew McCART, IFL TV in association with MTK Global. I'm here in beautiful Sheffield, Dom. Beautiful Sheffield.
Yeah, beautiful.
With me I've got Willy Hutchinson and Dominic Ingle. First of all, Willy, how are you?
I'm good. I'm just in, I'm training hard. I'm just getting ready for my next fight, the 22nd of February. I'm looking forward to that,
You were obviously the Scotland's first world champion, amateur world champion.
Yeah.
When you turned pro, there was obviously high hopes in Scotland for you to be like fast track sort of like in the term. This is probably a good question for you as well, Dom. Fast track in the sort of way Josh Taylor was fast tracked.
Yeah.
Because your amateur background. Do you feel like you can be fast tracked a little bit more, get the tougher fights leading up to this year?
Listen, I just leave my career all down to my coach and my manager and my coach, and just leave it all down to them. If it was down to me, I'd fight anyone. I'd fight anyone, anytime, any place. It would make a difference, but obviously they know what's best for me, and I've got to listen to them. And that's the only way forward I can see. And when Dom reckons I'm ready to go, that's when I'll get let off the leash. If it was down to me, I'd get let off the leash.
When's he ready to go, Dom?
Look at Josh Taylor. I can remember going down to the Boxing Board of Control Awards in 2012, I think it was. 2012.
And the Olympic year, was it?
Probably, and there was. I think he was just an amateur at the time. And Kid Galahad, Josh Warrington, and him worked for awards. And Galahad said, he's a good kid, this kid. So you have to look at the time frame. How old is Josh? Is he about 26? Is he?
He's 29 now.
29. So you look at the time frame. He's been the world champion for the last 2 years, and let's just say he's been pro 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Well, he's only 20. So you've got to look at time frames, and it's all right fast tracking people, but we've had a lot of experience over the years of bringing kids through, and like we're in Sheffield today, we've heard the names Ryan Rhodes, Kell Brook, Nazim Ami, Junior, and Junior, and he's a. Kids are always ambitious and they want to run before they can walk. But as a coach, you can't fast track. You've got to see what their ability is. He's only a young kid. He's just got married. He's moved to Sheffield, brought his missus down. So he's just getting settled. So he's 10-0 at the minute. And there's no rush. He's got good sponsors. He's got a good manager. His manager's Shelley Finkel, who manages Wilder. So, there's no rush. He's going to get the fights. And when he gets that fight, that world title fight, he's going to get it. He's going to keep it. And he's going to be at the top for a very long time. And I keep saying this over and over again. He's probably going to be my last 10-year project. I'm 52 now. And I brought so many kids through over the years. You saw me getting that kid into the ring today. Junaid, well, he came to the gym years ago. Very talented kid. He was in when Kell was coming through, and he's a prospect. And this is what they don't understand: that they want to box, but you've got to have a personality. You've got to be good in front of a crowd. You've got to sell yourself, because boxing now, well, as always, is an entertainment sport. And if you can't vocalise what you want to be or what you want to say or what you want to do, nobody's interested. Sometimes the fighting doesn't get you where you need to be. So with Willy can talk well. He's a very skilled fighter. His amateur coach taught him well, but when he came to the gym, some of the things we did, you could see him thinking, this is not right. He said to me, this is not right. And he thought he was a good runner, and some of the things, and over the time, he just said, I've never done this kind of training. And that's the difference from amateur training to pro training. And we know the route. Boxing, getting to a world title, it's not like league football, getting through, beating kids in front and going through, or FA Cup finals when you're beating people and it's a knockout thing. It's a minefield, boxing. You can get tripped up well before you become a world champion. So and kids are ambitious. They've got lots of ambition, and sometimes they're a bit too overconfident. And me as a coach, I've got to think to myself, is this kid ready yet? And then you push the button, but not before. And the one thing I never do is listen to fighters, because if you listen to them, you get carried away and think, brilliant, fantastic. But you've got to you watch them every day in the gym, what they're capable of. You put them in against kids sparring. He spars Liam Williams, he spars Billy Joe Saunders, Kell Brook. You just see him. He learns. You can see him learning bit by bit. And if I said to him, I know what the answer is going to be. Which fight have you learnt the most of in the gym in the time you've been here?
Kid Galahad.
He's 9 stone.
I would never have said that.
So.
He knocks lumps out me.
But when the first time he came on training camp with us, he got looked after like he was a baby of the camp. He shared a room with me. He got
6 foot plus.
Yeah, he got looked after because his mum looks after him in Scotland. You see,
That's
he was
right,
a baby of the camp. And you do need nurturing, but now he's getting more mature and he's developing. And there's going to be big things, but it's not going to be. Look, it's going to be another 2 to 3 years, really.
Do you know why I'm asking the question, Tom? It's because I think in Scotland we always have just one. It'll either be Ken Buchanan, then Jeff Watt, then Scott Harrison, then Alex Arthur, then Josh Taylor, Ricky Barnes, then Josh Taylor. We only have one.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think what we're is multiple world champions up in Scotland. I think that's what we're sort of. Maybe not hungry for it, but
I look at it this way. Look at Sheffield. Look at the area. We're in the central area. Manchester, Sheffield, Hull. It's one of the most prominent areas for boxing. You had Ricky Hart and Junior Witter, Josh Warrington in this area. Kid Gallagher, you've got a pool of good fighters, and Scotland's way away from London and in central England, and you're cut off in ways. I mean, if you go into the amateurs, as amateurs, the Scottish and the kids from the northeast were all the best fighters, but the lifestyle away from the nightlife in Newcastle or northeastern Scotland, you're really cut off. So you never really have like a conveyor belt, you know what I mean? Because it's like you might have. You were telling me about a club up there. We've got all the good kids, and we saw some in Medwall yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
but
Rob Roy.
They come to Sheffield, but really you need to get in. You need to get in the middle of it. Either go down to London, get into Sheffield or this area, and that's how you're going to get the kids. Look at Josh. Josh went over to train with McGeegan's, went to London.
That's right.
You get the odd one. There's probably loads of good kids, but you got to balance life, jobs, kids, wives, and everything else. And like you've got to come out of Scotland. Liam Williams from Wales, good fighter, but he was like really cut off in Wales. So when he came to Sheffield, he was in amongst all. He was the best kid in his gym. When he came to Sheffield, he was just one of the other kids.
Yeah.
So and maybe that's why he's improved, because he can see the level. He might have thought he was the best, but when he's come to the gym, everybody knocked lumps off him for the first 6 months, and then look how his career's progressed in the last 12. Fantastic, because he's had something different. He's not just the only kid in the gym.
The comfort zone, so to speak, isn't it?
The comfort zone, and you're away from your family, and you can't go to the pub with your mate. You train, you eat, you sleep, and you see everybody else doing it.
Yep.
Look at the kids, like when Billy Joe Saunders came and he boxed the Mew, came away from it, had a fantastic performance. Boxing's a hard game, and you've got to cut yourself off. You can't live your life. You can't have a normal life in boxing. You've got maybe the age of 20 to 32 to make your money, and you should be finishing your career, if you're any good, never having to work again. Kell Brook's done that, Ryan Rose has done that, Johnny Nelson's done that, Junior Witt has done that to a certain degree, and Kid Galahad will do it. And Willie, I said to him, it's going to take 32. You're going to be in Scotland in a big house. You're going to be missing a couple of kids, and you're going to be making money. You're going to put all your time in. Do it now.
When I become a coach at 52.
Your life starts at 32. People think 20 to 30, whatever. But that's when you put the time in boxing.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned some of the fighters in your gym there, Dom, but Willie, what's it like training alongside, being that you're only 20, training alongside guys like Liam Williams on the verge of a world title, so to speak, Kid Galahad, who's fought for a world title, Kell Brook, world champion, Billy Joe Saunders, world champion.
Of course,
What's that done for you?
Well, for me, it's unbelievable. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, with Dom was saying there, I come to Dom young. I'm 21. I'm only 21, and for me, everything's learning for me. Do you know what I mean? Watching them types of lads. Listen, there's been world champions. There's even bits of lads, amateurs in there, what I've watched and do different things. You're always learning. Everyone's learning off everyone. It's like iron sharpening off iron. Barry, Kid Galahad and Liam Williams for me is the most two I watch. You know what I mean? Because of how disciplined they are, and how I know when I watch them, it makes me I want to fight. You know what I mean? I want to take someone's head off. You know what I mean? That I can't help it. It's and it's
Willie came to the gym. Was it 2 years ago now?
Yeah,
it's about 2 years.
2 years next month.
This point, and
next month
he was in the gym a few months, and then Liam Williams rolled up, and obviously Liam's 26, 27 at the time, and looking at him over the last 12 months, you can see where Willie can see where Liam's improved and how he's gone on from getting beat by Liam Smith twice, and most people think your career's over at that point, and you have to make a big change, but people only tend to make change when it goes wrong, and sometimes it's too late. Luckily for Liam, he made the change at the right point. And it was nothing to do with his old training. It was probably Liam himself being in in Wales in his comfort zone, and you have to take yourself away from it and put yourself in the mix against other kids and set the target. And in that gym, everybody's fighting to be the best. You know what I mean? If you want to be the best in that gym, you have to fight your way to be the best.
What Dom's on about there, even when we go running, I do not want to lose. And if I do whatever it takes to win,
because you're the heavier weight, so you can be forgiven.
Yeah, but really you shouldn't. That's the thing with the gym. Everyone wants to beat everyone. Do you know what I mean? When we all go body sparring, there's no holding off. Me and Barry, Kid Galahad used to beat lumps out me. Thank God I've started to get a bit better. He's the most person I've learnt off in that gym. He used to knock lumps out me. I've never been hit as hard in my life. honestly.
That's come from a light heavyweight.
And that's come from a light heavyweight. I've never been hit as hard in my life. I've boxed the best in the world as amateurs, and whatever I'm doing in the professional, I'm doing what I'm doing. I've never been hit as hard in my life, and that's what it is. Everyone's to beat everyone. Do you know what I mean?
Healthy competition.
That's
Yeah.
it's a great mentality to have in the
Yeah.
gym as well.
When I body spar Liam Williams, I want to hurt him, and I do. When he wants to hurt me, but we're pals. You know what I mean? I look up to them lads. Unbelievable. I do, and I look up to them, and that's how it is. I want to better myself, and they want to better their soul, and I'm young, and I'm
Still bouncing off.
Yeah.
Good, well said, Willie. Dom, I'm going to put you on the spot quickly. I'm going to ask a tough question. We've got Kid Galahad, Liam Williams, Kell Brook on that fringe world level. Who's going to be first to come hold the world title this year?
You said that, but for me, Kell's been the world champion. He's 33 now. He hasn't trained with me for really a year and a half. And the thing about getting past the age of 30, 31, 32, 33 is that you never know what kind of performance you're going to get. That's when fighters' performances start to become a bit irregular or not as consistent. I've noticed that over training fighters past that age. Johnny Nelson went on to, I think Johnny Nelson boxed to 36, I think. Junior Whittaker to 34. And Kell's 33, he's 34 in May, so it's all going to depend with Kell how he fights on Saturday night, because the thing with boxing is it is a young men's sport. You're going to get experience. Like Bernard Hopkins went on to be 50, and he was boxing from a very high level from 40. But it's not the same with everybody else. Now, I'm not going to put Kell in that beyond the fringe of a world title yet until I look at what he does on Saturday night. But for sure, Liam Williams and Kid Galahad. Obviously, Kid Galahad came up a little bit short. Well, apparently, when he boxed Josh Warrington. Liam Williams obviously has been in 2 title fights with Liam Smith. So it's just a flip of a coin with them two. Yeah. And it's same with Liam. I said to him, look, don't be rushing after these wins you've had, chasing world title fights. Just take what comes. Just beat everybody in front of you. Every fight's an elimination contest. Don't be sitting around waiting for the big fight. You're a boxer. Earn a living. Learn your trade. Train in between camps. And that's his last fight. Look, that guy was tipped to beat Liam Williams, #1 in the world in the WBO, and 6'5". And Liam Williams just cut him down because it was the easiest fight I've ever had. He goes, the last 4 fights I've had, which are supposed to be the hardest, have been the easiest. Yeah. And I said to him, purely because you're living right in between camps and training in between camps, and that's easy work. And he went, yeah, you're right. And the way he's going at the minute, he will become a world champion if he maintains what he's doing. And so it's just a case who gets the chance first. Whoever gets put in a world title fight first with Galahad and Liam Williams. If it's Liam Williams gets his chance first, he'll be the first one. If it's Galahad, it'll be them. They'll both win one, 100%. But it's just who gets, if Frank gets it for Liam or Eddie gets it for Barry, we'll just see what happens. But they don't need any more fights. Obviously, Galahad's fighting on Saturday. He needs to win that first, and then he's in the mix. And Liam Williams is it could be any time his fight. Yeah. So that's what we're looking at. So it's a flip of a coin. It's
going to be a good year for you then, eh?
Yes. Listen, you have ups and downs in boxing. The main thing is for me, taking the fighters through like Kell Brook is. They put the heart and soul and the life into boxing. Luckily, he's made plenty of money. He's got a big house, got a lovely family. He can walk away from boxing at any time, and he's financially secure. And that's where you need to be when you do that. The more commitment you put in, the better the payoff. And I've explained this to Willie. Learn off everybody else's mistakes, not your own. And hopefully, when he's another 12 years from now, he's made the money. He's a big name in Scotland, and he's living the life.
Yeah, well, yeehaw! You can give me some money when you make it, Willie. I'm telling you. Well, Dom, I'd like to get a good sit down with you maybe later on. You're at the hotel or tomorrow at the press conference to talk about things. But Willie, you're fighting in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I want to say good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
You're going to smash it, kid. But
again, thank you. Thank you very much.
TV. And Dom, again, thank you for doing this Fight Film TV, and catch up with you soon.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, guys.
See you.